Hey guys, how's it going this evening? We do have a strong game going on here on Poker Stars. As you can see on the board above, LlinusLove and Bit2Easy, two monsters on this table, and the other are not simply cookies, but let's say that these two certainly in the top 10 in the world online. So let's take a look at what is going on. You can see here 220, not even 2.5 the big blind. It's a shy bet pre-flop. I don't think it will work much against this guy. If the goal was to steal the blinds, it's not the right way to do so. Yeah, tonight I wanted to do something different, so let's take a look at these guys. There are plenty of other games going on, but not high level like this one. At least today we have these great players going on, then it's going down to basically some 10-20 games. We have Zemus on it. The iPoker, Zemus playing on the 1020. They are playing on the 50-800 as well. Maybe they are taking a shot at this level, because you won't see a guy like LlinusLove going down at 510 or 1020. He won't give free lessons. And then down to 510. I must say that Zemus is on the 510 as well. Oh, maybe I want to clear some bonus, although it's too high for the bonus. But the thing is, right now we do have the WCOOP 2019 going on, and today it's the first part of the PLO small stakes going on, and tomorrow it will still continue. No, I don't play in those because one, I have some sort of cold right now. I don't feel well, and I have to work tomorrow. And it will start during working time, so I don't want to leave my job to play a poker tournament where there will be something like 10,000 players. If we are lucky, I will come back in time and see the final table or something like that. $222. Yeah, these guys. $2.2. It's slightly unusual, but it seems that they have adopted this way. 1/3 of the pot, less than 1/3 of the pot. Those new theory. Not sure it's the best way. And nothing. Oh, refill. Feeling back to 10,000 here. Nice to see. For my throat, my sore throat, I took some apple vinegar, but it's still itching. Okay, let's go. Bit2Easy. Come on, boy. Oh man. So iStakeDB tells us that this guy, well, from China, has lost something like 10,000 in 2018, and since then he has been not very active. But since this tracker tracks only high stakes, maybe he has split at lower stakes to sharpen his skills. Two clubs, two spades, and a little straight potential here. Ace 5, 5, 6, but mostly the flushes. Oh, oh. $221. I think he's teasing them because we have a good 3-bet here and 4-bet. 700, 1800. That guy ran away with good idea. So normally when you 3-bet, smiling face. Well, he tried to defend. Oh, that was good. And he probably knows that this guy, Finland. Very poker. Poker on Joker Stars. At high stakes. So he has played again. Oh yeah. Played Bit2Easy. You won 200,028 against the guy. Wow. No, Bit2Easy as an earning. Holy creep. Block Poker Pro Lab. Block Poker Pro Lab. Enough. You won't know where I'm from. Of course he's a pro. Ah, 15,000 here. 7,000 there. 6,000 in March. Sunday million, not a cent. He's playing a lot of tournament, but he does not have a lot of good results lately. Last 10 tournament, he did 600 bucks, but he has paid like 2003s. But such is the tournament life. Takes a huge bankroll to play those tournaments. Okay, let's see. Calling the bluff. You have nothing. That's what he's saying. No, 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 I have something. That's what Bit2Easy is telling. It smelled that everything would go in the center. If lower goes in. Potential straight draws, flush draws. Spade. A third spade is in. Yeah, that does not mean anything. We might see an overbet soon. Usually this means, oh, I have a good pair and I want to see a fourth spade, or I have the spades, then I want you to put some cash because I am not asking too much. No, that's changed the game. Yeah. Get it on the turn. Yes, not check raise. You just called on the turn. Interesting. Well, what we don't know is the history between these two, because they are playing often together on the same table. So we don't know. You say, oh, normally you should 3-bet or you should check raise, and yeah, normally. But if you know that the guy here is likely to do a big bluff, you wait. You wait. It's GTO versus exploitation. Mr. Lee, I fear for that guy. I fear for that guy because the roller is behind him. And I have a lot of respect for LlinusLove. And most of the time he is behind. When you give position on these two guys, it's not fun. Like Zemus, he has to be very, very careful. These two are playing behind him. It's not a great position for him or him. That guy is happy. He see them play, and then after he takes his decision, it's like, oh, they have fault. I can play. I don't think a blocking bet can work on that table. Like 25% or 30% of the stack and the pot will not block a guy from betting after. He is adjusting very well to protect his blind. We have a lot to learn from that guy. Check raising, sizing very well. He might not win every time, but serious. You know, if he has an ace, if he's on a draw or something, he has a small set. He's telling, oh, I have something. I'm even able to overbet, to bet more than the current pot. So he has decided he's protecting his blind. And I know you don't have that much money. Well, compared to me, you don't have much. So I'm going to put max pressure on you. That's what LlinusLove is doing right now. I would not be surprised if he has only a 10 or something like that. I saw him do weird things. Flush draw and gut shot. That was great. That was great. Two pair, jack and 10. So we called the check raise even with the ace on the table, with only the mid pair. He's going to trap him. I'm pretty sure he's going to trap him or him. One of these two. That guy is very, very careful. Possible straights. Now that we know it open jack. So you're using tailored percentages, 27%, 52%, non-standard. They have tailored their client. Now he's in position. Bet something. Wow. He has refrained from trying to. Interesting. Keeping the pot small. There's not much. Hit the ace on the river. See, when I say conservative, very careful. Now the frigging river, you don't want to see the 3 of diamond, giving a bunch of straight and flushes. Okay, image is good on the other side, it's perfect. 3 betting in position. 4 bet, yeah. Probably knows that this one Bit2Easy is 3 betting light once in a while. Light meaning he does not have necessarily a premium hand to do his 3-bet. He's 3-betting because he's in position. He wants to push out the blinds. Oh shit. I saw him once do that type of overbet against OTB Red Baron with nothing. Let's see what Bit2Easy is going to do. Does he has the balls to call? I don't know. We will see fast enough. Flush draw plus top pair, something like that. Ace 9. No, it's not. It's not a show I'm giving right now. No, just removing something. I'll be back in a minute. Just in time to see the murder. 2 possible flushes, a set or a full house as well. No extra risk. Holy creep. Finland, Sweden. Nah. A limp. Oh ho ho! Was that the heavy temptation? At this level, a limp, it's really unusual. It looks like he 3-bet with the overcards, big overcards, like ace king or something. And he called with some pocket pair. And the other fears that he has it on the 10 or the jack. He does not have anything, and it beats sixes. The pigeon is going loose. If he does not bet, and some sort of blank hit the board, my poker is going to bluff him out. So he has to bet even with not much. No, does I poker has something worth a check raise? Good question here. What are you doing with ace king, ace queen? If you're here trying to steal the pot, might have pocket tens, the other might have pocket seven. We don't know. It's check call, check call, check call. Usually we see that from Croatian and Finland. 7 against ace queen. Yeah, you know, I've got the nose. Much like Daniel Negreanu, you've got king 9, you've got ace queen. Yeah, looks good. Bit2Easy, 3-bet. Yes, sir. That I like. In position, pushing out the blinds. It's pretty theoretical. 3.5 the other, something like that. It's very good. It's standard. 4th bet, saying I'm really out of hand and I am cutting the stack to pot ratio. What does that mean? If the other guy called, we have 4,300 in the center. They don't have back twice that amount. So it's very easy to go all in by the end of the hand. See, 1,000 here, 1,000 hand. They had 6. There is 7 in the center, 3,000 the next time, and then you push your chip at the end. So it's a way to enter the pot with a small stack versus the pot. So it's much harder to be bluffed out. See? Let's say for instance here that the 3rd club hit the floor. But if you have ace king with no clubs, but you already have put in the middle 10,000 and you have 4,000 left, 5,000 left. It's easy to call. Like here, you don't fear a 2-5, you don't fear a third 3. You have ace king, okay, I go and thank you. I cannot be bluffed out. That's the idea. Ace king, thank you. And this also explains why you should have a big bankroll behind you, because you want to rebuy often if it does not work for you. For instance, with your ace king and the guy it is flush or is straight, or he has it is little set, and you lose with your ace king like that while you have committed all your current chips. You want to rebuy and be able to rebuy again and again and again. So you need something like at least 50 to 100 times what is needed to sit here. So you need 10,000, you need at least $500,000 to $1 million to sit on such table. In your bankroll. So if you have that in your bankroll, that means you have also assets, and that means you also have money to pay for your expenses and your taxes and your current other shit. So basically you have twice that amount or something like that. So you have between 1 million and 2 in order to sit on such table. If you have less than that, it's because somebody is taking you. You are good and you want to show, and you say, okay, I can play high stakes, and yes, I can play, but I'm young and I don't have all the money. Okay. You find 2 or 3, 4 guys that are going to stake you, because you know that there is a couple of pigeons in those games, some Guy La Liberté or another football player that is going to give you money. What's going on, Bit2Easy? Tired? Yeah, poker is doing well. Doing well. I fear that when this guy will stop playing, the table will shut down. Three bet. Yeah. It's close to 4 times the opener. I said enough bullshit. The straight came in, potential full house, potential, no flush. 4 of heart would have made a flush as well. Let's say just the straight. This card is good for this guy, but not that good because he 4-bet. He 3-bet early. 3-bet early. So does he really have something like ace-3? Maybe, but it's unlikely. All small cards. Yes, call with what so far? We will never know, but maybe a ace-5 or something like that. Maybe. You raise pre-flop and you don't bet the flop because you have shit or because you have hit something great. Well, most of the time the theory said that you want to protect your small hands by checking your big hands as well, so your opponent does not know if you have something or not. You always check or you always bet. And since you are unlikely to hit anything on a flop, that means that most of the time you have air, but once in a while if your opponent start betting, since you have something, you will compensate. Yeah, that's the theory. Now for the practice, if you know that the guy is likely to float, that which means to call with anything when you are doing what they call a continuation bet of the flop, on the flop, then it's better for you to do some pot control and just check every single time on the flop when you are out of position, like LlinusLove was. Oh, 3-bet, 4-bet. This is interesting. This is going like the ace king previously, ace king versus kings. They have run it twice going on. the kings. Thank you, boy. Well, this could have been reversed. Same thing on the other side. Bit2Easy with ace king and Zemus with kings. At the end of the year, they will have exchanged like that. Let's say minus the variation. You don't do money with this. Ace king versus kings, you don't do money. Half of the time you have the ace king, the other time they have the pocket kings. You win the average, the opponent wins the average, and at the end of the day, the site is doing money because the site is doing rake every single hands. You are playing, but the guys, they are just exchanging the stack. Where you do your money, it's when you trap the other guys. Like when you wait with your pocket 7 and the other guy with his queen goes all in and you catch him. That's where you make your cash. Three players in the pot. The guy is playing the range. That means that lower cards are better for the blinds and the big cards are better for the pot opener, in theory. But you have to remember that this guy will open the pot with jack tens once in a while. So the straight, the lower part of the straight. Ouch. In theory, when three cards hits the floor and they are in the same suit, it's a good time to bet, because the opponent is unlikely to have two of that suit, and even one, it's not that easy. So if he has no card of the suit, he's unlikely to call anything. That's the theory. Now the practice, slightly different. You have to know the opponent. Seven of spade will give a straight flush. 2 and 3 of spades as well. None of the guy at the spade. Mr. Lee. I fear for you, Mr. Lee. Everybody remains still. Now it's tempting to do some cash if you have a hand. Somebody strapping? Nah, I doubt. Let's see if there is other games going on now. Nothing. LlinusLove waiting on another table. Nothing. Zavers and the iPoker are playing 10-20. But that's it. The real game is here. LlinusLove waiting. Higher level. Is he going to call the bluff? 3,000. 3,500. Yeah, good. Go out. Bye bye. Early position opener, 3-bet. Check, 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 man. Check. Check that. Congratulations. Why I say check, it's because LlinusLove would have checked with anything, even pocket jacks. So unless he really had something and the other guy has nothing, you better to check back on that flop. Cold call in position. Oh boy. He wants to play with the guy. Well, Dace is saying I have his king, his queen, or something like that. This is unusual as well. Normally they enter by 3-betting and pushing out the blinds. By just calling, saying I have mid connectors or small pocket pair. So he's out, and now the guy doesn't have the balls to call. He thought he would steal the dead money in the center, but Mr. Lee was waiting. $2.22, that's not enough if you don't want a flop. Of course, if you want to mix up, it's very good. Now we have a jack for straight. King 5, 2 pairs. Yeah, fisherman friend, guys. Yeah. These two is the third time. Ace king against aces. Well, you see the previous time the guy got the kings, the other got ace king. Now the guy got aces, the other got ace king. All in, all in. They exchange the stack, the chips, and who makes the money? Poker stars. Poker stars. Rake and rake again. I think they are capped at $3 or $4 and but still when you have like 70 hands an hour, it's $200 an hour just for that table. Goes well. Keep playing, guys. You see that guy here? He's playing very squat game, I'd say. If I compare to a boxer, no. The elbow in the center, protect your ribs. The hands just under the eyes, and you jab, you jab, you jab, and then pulse. Basic combination: jab, jab, cross, jab, jab, cross. I see him as a non-imaginative player that is going to be trapped. As long as it goes well, you know, you have like ace, he has ace king or ace queen, and then ace 7 deuce hit the floor, and then he bet, and all fine. But now the guy has pocket deuces and ace 7 deuce hit the floor. He's likely to lose his stack. 253. $221. No, he has not tried to steal the lines. Oof. Might have called with a 10. Well, we are lucky this evening because the game is running for more than 25 minutes. It's already something. Normally the guy, they are wiping out the pigeon and oh, no more pigeon on the table. We cut everything, everybody sit out. Five spade. What a fucking bullshit. Oh man. But at least the iPoker has taken back some of the cash he has lost. With his king 4 suited, the river saved his ass. Great play. See, Mr. Lee has bet he says jack, even if he was far from the nuts. He does not have the flush, does not have a third 5, but his jack, he bet why? He knew the guy could not fold the flush or a third 5. So bet in order to extract value if the other guy has another jack. Like jack queen, jack 10, jack king. So he like misread him on that end more than king 4 suited in spade with a runner. Yeah, you fucker. That will maintain him alive for a longer time. We can understand with king 4 he he called the flop because he had a pair, and the other guy was unlikely to hit one. It was only a jack. It was not an ace on the floor or a queen, so he was not that much worried. So Zemus versus Bit2Easy again, but this time it was not an all-in. So guys, I'm a bit tired and the time is passing, so I'm going to call the day off, the evening, and we will meet another time. I will stop the end after this one. Okay, so see you next time, guys.